Okay, welcome to Real Talk with Stoner Eren, and
Historia, I guess.
this is our character names. That's what we are. So yes. Yeah, no, this is gonna be like a just down to earth talk, no fucking comedy that much, at least. And also our artist slash my girlfriend.
Hey.
Her name's A. Yeah, you know those Pokemon people that you push AAA for their name? That's her. And like our other character, admin person here, is aggressive Armin. Say hi.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yeah.
That's terrible. Alright. Alright, we're gonna tackle an issue about anime communities and how they're kind of like, it's a weird yin-yang of good and bad on how people are and stuff. Like, there's the good side of the anime community, which usually depends a lot on people coming together for one reason, which is anime. They enjoy watching it, they enjoy anything that comes out of the system, and they generally just like watching the anime for what it is. It's a nice animation product, etc. Like, for a good example is the Attack on Titan. Suzan, you give your like opinion on how it brings people together in that strong sense of unison.
Okay. Well, like, when I made my page and stuff like that, basically, it's like a bunch of people got together, and they all cared about the plot once, like, just Titans eating humans, blah blah blah, all the animation style, and a lot of people, like, if you meet people in real life, they're like, oh, you like Attack on Titan? It's like, oh, I don't even know what that is, or something like that, right? And if they do know what it is, it's just they're not super into it. But like, if you meet people online and stuff, they're like fans just like you, and they like care about it. They care about the plot and everything. You just converse about it over and over again, and just talk about like the whole generic thing, the characters and the plot and everything. So it's
Jay, you come from a different like community of like anime. Like, what is your favorite anime that had like a big following community about stuff?
I would say fairy tale.
Alright, how was the fairy tale community compared to that of the Attack on Titan community, and how it joined people together?
It's more like I wouldn't say energetic, but it's more like brighter. Not really brighter in a sense, but it's just they start raging about it like in a good way, but then it gets kind of bad when you start saying that the waifu fight, because there's so many females in that anime. They're just like quite literally hourglass figures, and that gets everyone raging about it. And then the OTPs also. Yeah.
Okay, so well, that's kind of similar also in the Attack on Titan community with number of ships. Just husbando fights. Yeah.
the ones that are like really big or whatever, or like the Areri whatever, or Levi and Eren, Erwin and Eren. Yeah, I know it's they combine the names and it sounds stupid. Let's see, Erwin x Levi. What else? Those are the two main yaoi ships, but like overall, it's just really annoying because, I mean, I don't have anything against the ship itself. It's whatever, you know, it's cute, sure, whatever. But like the point is that people take everything that they do. They can glance at each other, and it's like OTP. Everyone says it's canon, even though obviously it's not. And then you have your Mercury, who's canon already. Isayama already said it's canon, and people are like denying that it's canon, even though it's. That's what I hate about the Attack on Titan community, because they're like, if you say something positive, I mean, if he says something about it, that it's a for sure thing. People are like, oh no, they deny it, even though he says it. But then they make up their own things, and it's like, oh, that's canon because I said it, which doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
It's the same thing with the fairy tale fandom, but right now, at least they made like a lot of shit canon, according to, you know.
My friends.
Yes.
Well, it's like not really.
No. Lucy Natsu isn't the thing.
Lucy Natsu really isn't a full ship yet.
Dang.
But they have it in the manga that's saying. Well, it's just like the Lucy Natsu one isn't really canon yet, but in the manga, because in the beginning, a lot of stuff happened, which makes it OTP, especially since they're always paired up in the team or in their guild.
So basically this whole, like, well, at least that's a little bit more official than, like, the
it's
Attack
like
on
they're
Titan, where
leading
they're, like,
it up.
just like, looking at you, and you look at me. And it's like, oh, now everyone dropped sex with them. And, yeah, and that's where we start leading off to, like, kind of, like, starts going worse in the fandoms or just anime community in general. When, like, fans start getting way too hardcore into their series, and it's just too much. Like, guys, stop, because At this point, it's just you're getting angry for no reason.
Can't do that shit.
Yeah, and then like, we move on to like the second topic, which is like hardcore people with air quotes in here of the anime community, like the people who take shit way too seriously, like in the wise words of Ozzy,
What wise words?
Chill, man.
Damn it.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Alright, Suzan was getting into like that part of like the Attack on Titan community where like ship wars everywhere, fuck the plot, blah.
Because in the newest chapter, it's called, Levi basically says Eren, he touches his arm. That's it. That's what he does. He touches his arm and says, dude, I'm so sorry you have to deal with all the bullshit you're going through. And everyone's like, oh shit, it's canon now. All the shippers were like, oh, it's canon. He loves him, dude. I'm just like, exactly. And I'm just there like, are you fucking kidding? I made a rant about it. Like, I was like, oh, why the hell are you like, I mean, it's cool if you ship it, but you're gonna say it's canon just because he touched his arm. Like, you're just... Damn it, Ozzy. Alright, so basically, they take all their ships way too seriously. They bash on other people if they don't support it. Even if you say genuinely like I don't ship it, they will attack you for just because they're offended the fact that you don't ship the ship they do. Yeah, I think that made sense. Cool. Annie, oh yeah, like I made a crack ship of Historia and Annie because I was like a crack ship because it's never gonna set sail. It's never gonna happen. And a lot of people at first were pretty mad at first because they were like, oh, it doesn't make sense, I don't know, and I just kept going with it, and then everyone eventually accepted it, which is really cool. Same thing with right now, my friend and I, since we both run pages and we interact with one another, we made an Isabel X Historia ship just for the, laughs, and everyone was actually pretty into it, and we all supported it and stuff. Exactly, but like you can see how like accepting some of the community can be, but overall some of them are actually assholes.
So yeah, the anime community specific right now for Attack on Titan is kind of like a little bit iffy in the sense that it's kind of plagued with people taking character relationships more seriously than the actual plot that the creator's trying to make. But then again, like that's also the thing that's happening in almost any community. Like
it happens to almost every community, exactly, not just specifically to one. Like anyone that starts up, it's like they're bound to have like those people that are like gonna make the OTPs and then rage because they're not canon.
Yeah, but there's no really big but there. But when it comes down to it, like that's kind of what plays a lot of like good communities for like having a better understanding of each other. Because
no, I know, but I can't.
Okay, what it like usually these ships or these character interactions end up being is they start kind of forgetting about the main thing of the story and everyone starts going against each other at each other's throats because your ship's better than my ship's better than your ship sucks is never going to happen, which is kind of bad. That's what starts turning the community inward and stuff. That's kind of what ended up happening, kind of a big one that everyone hates right now, but it's kind of happening the same thing in Attack on Titan already. The Sword Art community, they imploded on themselves once people just started figuring out it was more of a romance thing, and for some reason whenever romance is involved, everything just kind of starts getting out of each other's throats.
Well, I guess they got mad. Wasn't it supposed... Well, I'm not really all informed on it, but wasn't it supposed to be pure action anime or something?
No, actually. It actually has a romance subsetting.
You just said that it turned into a romance thing, but from what I saw, I personally didn't watch it. Like, I would always have ads on it, because I'm one of those people that use Crunchyroll. I know it sucks, but yeah. And it would always pop up, and I said, oh, it's another action anime. I'll watch it eventually. But, I don't watch it as much as I used to. So, yeah. From what I saw, and what I understood, is that it was supposed to be an action anime. So,
it was labeled under action, I guess, just to attract people that liked action animes. But in reality, there's a big ass fucking romance subsetting that people tend to ignore, and it's just like, well, I came here for action. I didn't want to come here for romance stuff. Like, the subtext literally says action, slice of life, sci-fi, romance, and people always ignore that part. It's like the same thing with Attack on Titan right now. They're getting pissed off at characters, I guess, dying off or stuff like that, when there's a big thing that says tragedy.
You're getting mad because it says because they're getting mad because Isayama kind of switched it off and they went from Titans to humans fighting each other, and they made this whole psychological type of thing on them. And people are getting mad because of that, but it doesn't make any sense because the genre, it says psychological anime as well. So you're going to be thinking, he's going to be giving you not just action, but actual mind-fucking you, basically. You have to think about what's going on and what the characters themselves are going through and what they're saying. So it's not just action.
Yeah, like that's like also misunderstanding on many communities that they just, when they see character interactions, they either expect too much romance or they expect action. They always expect the thing that is labeled on first. They never see the subsettings that or the little subtags of everything. Because I guess sure you can have a series with like only pure action, but eventually the creator's gonna get bored of pure action and like, all right, you know what? Let's throw some slice of life, some cooking out of nowhere. Fuck it. Perfect.
Again, like certain animes are tend to cater to their people, which is why they change. Or certain creators are just tired of hearing all of the negativity from their fandom, and then they just decided to cater to the people. But then even then, that ends up backfiring on them because then the people start getting mad, and then that's how all these ship wars and all this like talk about discussions in the fandom and all these fandom wars start hitting up.
Yeah, and that's another topic that I end up getting to is when the last weird final step of like when fandoms start just, you know, they're just really bad. It's when the anime itself, or I guess at this point it's a product, they start catering to certain people, which is kind of bad in a sense and good in a way, because good in a way because the person's getting what they want, bad in the sense that the older people are being ignored by what they want. Like you please one part of the community, but leave 80% of the community absent-minded for anything.
Wouldn't you say it's better just to start off as continuing the way you started off and what attracted the community, instead of like switching it in the middle of like the series and like catering to, like you said, what, 80%? Right?
Oh, that would be a little bit better, but then again, it's also a little bit fall on both the creator and the community. Fall on the creator for shame on you for trying to, well, not really shame on you, more like try to listen to the fans, to the majority of the fans, not the 20%. Sure, the 20% are buying the merchandise, they're buying the DVD Blu-ray sets, they're buying the figures, the fuck pillows. It exists. That, yeah. Waifu pillows. Yes. Yes, they exist. Point being, that 20% is what the 20% that actually ends up fueling the actual show is what the creators actually listen to more than they should. When the 80% pretty much have a better understanding of the story because they just read it and they understand it better more than just, oh, he touched a soldier, character interaction, make him fuck. Which is, that's when it starts, the creator notices that and it's like, oh, they should fuck. And then that's when the creator itself starts just, let's ship them silently, just quite a little bit.
With Isayama, he basically aimed for an anime that's tragic. He doesn't want any romance or whatever. He just wants death and death and death and death and more government and death. That's basically everything that's going on. But there was this Eren and Mikasa moment where supposedly, you know, Mikasa was gonna kiss him. Yeah, she was gonna go kiss him, and I was like, I don't know if that's. I mean, I don't mind that ship necessarily, or like the whole how it was brought up since Eren, you know, saved her from being a sex slave. But that's legit. That's completely fine. But overall, I think that
one makes sense because of how she would feel, right? But like, say if that actually did happen in your life, you know, you saved, her parents got murdered, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like, let's say you actually saved a girl you didn't know after her parents were murdered and she was gonna be sold into the sex trade, you know, that's an actual thing. Then you take her into your home and it's all because of that boy that saved you. Like, wouldn't you, like, actually, I guess, love him, I guess, or
yeah, because it completely makes sense that she falls in love with him, or if she is in love with him. You can see she's in love with him, I guess, whatever. yeah, it's it's there. It's just there. She was gonna lean in for a kiss. That's fine. But like, I think that's completely fine. I mean, I'm if and off with that. I don't necessarily want romance in the Attack on Titan series since it's just death and stuff. But this ship itself makes it sense, and what happened makes sense. So that's what I like about the whole what he's doing too. Because if he makes something canon or if he makes something happen in the manga, it's for a reason. It's not just some bullshit. I'm gonna cater to my fans and do this type of thing.
Yeah, and that's a good way of like actually catering to the specific parts of the fans that like, pretty much represent 80% of the majority of the community. Because that 20%, that small 20% that I'm pretty sure a lot of people are part of, are either they're just joking around, but you guys don't know that there's actually like a small percentage of those that take that crack ship very seriously, and that's when it starts getting kind of weird. And those people that take the crack ships too seriously are usually the ones with too much free time or too much free money.
There is this moment, I think it was last year, where people were taking their ships extremely seriously, like really badly, to the point where the Eren and Levi shippers were being told by other people to kill themselves on Tumblr. Seriously, that's what happened. And I was just looking through the tag and everything, and I'm just there like, these people are literally telling other people to end their lives just for a fucking ship that's not gonna happen. Even if they ship it, why does it affect you? And the same thing with Eren and Levi, they say it's pedophilia, but in the end, people are shipping Mikasa and Levi too, and it's pedophilia too. And also, if you take into account to what time they're in, it doesn't really matter about the age, because back then there was 15-year-olds or 14-year-olds who would get married to people who were around 30 years old. So in the end, I don't see why everyone's arguing about shit like that.
Yes, and that ends up like leading a lot of people off to very dark places of their own community. And it not just only plagues like mainstream titles, it also plagues a lot of those underground, or I guess in quotations, underground type of animes. Like I'm actually a part of another kind of community called the Comunities fan base, which is that one is one of those riddled with just too many ships for its own good and too many people taking it too seriously. But at this point, everyone's just, the series is done, it's over, now we don't have anything to do. And then we have actually a time to dissect our own characters and actually figure out what the fuck the story was about, and yeah. It plagues many communities, and like when the creator starts catering towards them. And the good thing for our Comunities community was that it catered the musical sense of us, not the actual character sense, because the characters were pretty kind of cookie cutter, just with a couple of edges trimmed off. And it also plagues quite a number of other anime communities that tend to have ship wars, or just the stories going exactly the way of a crack shipper's mentality would go for, which is sometimes not bad when it's funny in a sense, but when it's just taken too seriously and too just hardcore in a sense, it starts getting on people's nerves, starts getting on everyone's nerves. It just starts grinding the wrong way, and then the community starts again having an internal war for it with each other, with some people getting in actual big depressions for just shipping one person with another jokingly. And yeah, that's like a big dark part of like big anime communities. And now finally, there's one last topic that's actually not really plagues a lot of people here apparently, but in Japan it plagues quite a big number of people. The hikikimori, I think it's how you have to say it, hikikimori mindset, which is when they get animes that are specifically catered towards them. And I'm talking about harem animes, lolicon animes, mother complex animes, and oremo brother complex. Anything with a complex at the end of it, that's catered towards certain someone in a certain place, and believe me, they will buy any type of merchandise on that per thing. And a big part of that is mostly because those type of people don't really go out. They don't really have friends aside from some online friends that they'll probably never see. And they're literally what people hear as the bad side of otakus. Like, they tend to stick inside their house, they shell up in their own little fantasy world of this imaginary sister character, this imaginary little girl sister that's apparently 30 years old, but she looks like a 10-year-old, so it's fine. Bad touch. And the harem animes were just for being the nice guy. It's expected for all of these wonderful women to come at you just because you're nice. when in reality you kind of have to earn that. You're a guy, you kind of have to flaunt your stuff, in a sense.
Even okay, they give you this impression that if you're a nice guy, everyone's gonna fucking go and jump on your sack. But in actuality, you just I mean, people are gonna see you as friends no matter what. You know, I mean, you have to put yourself out there, and you have to just ask them. You know, you can't just be nice and expect everyone to like you. You have to just put yourself out there and ask them if they like you, or so. Like, just grow some balls.
And that's a well.
And also, aside from the harem ones, the lolicon complex, that one, it's like, I don't really find a hatred towards it, but I just find it rather...
It's your personal disgust for it.
Not personal disgust, but I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it, because it's like, oh, she's like a 30-year-old, but she looks like 10, so it's fine. No, you're saying that you like someone that looks like a kid that looks 9 years old, instead of just like looking at a 9-year-old and having like fantasies like, oh, I wish they were like a certain age but still look like that so I can go with them. And like, I just don't understand it, because it's like, no, I just can't understand the fact that there's lolicon. And it's like, I'm pretty sure everyone in Japan or other Asian culture countries, they look young for their age. But when it comes to here in America, and like there are those people that just enjoy lolicon, here in America, like, people do age, and you can actually see it. Some people don't stay young unless they have like surgeries and Botox and stuff like that. So when it comes to that like kind of taste, it's just rather odd, because you just want someone that looks like a 10-year-old. That's not right, in my opinion.
Well, in that sense, it's again, it's kind of wrong, because you're basically saying, oh, she's 30, so she's legal, but she looks like she's 10, so I like 10-year-olds. But no, that's just wrong. But then there's a difference between liking a petite little formula, like a girl that looks skinny and cute, and she's smaller, but she looks her age. That's called liking different types of body, like features, physiques. That means you're a person with taste. You don't just like random big titty bimbos with hourglass figures that look like 2 hands of sticks or something like that. And again, you maybe not like just girls that just look like sticks. That means you have a taste in female bodies.
You have your own opinion on everything. You have your own opinion. You just like different people. That's basically it.
Yeah, but when it actually starts coming down to people who actually just are literally in love with those type of characters, and they shut themselves in because reasons like this, we're shit talking in a sense to those type of people that just lock themselves up. But at the same time, they can't help it. They don't have friends. They've had bad experiences. They can't get out. There's anxiety. There's a lot of depression sometimes in their lives. And it's kind of harsh when people judge like really harshly. But at the same time, they have the courage in themselves to get rid of that anxiety. They have to get rid of that thing that's holding them back in their own houses. Because if they don't, then that might lead into actual death. And that's kind of sad.
We're not saying that that's easy, but you know, it's always better to try and that word, I don't know. You know, just try to fix the problem yourself. You know.
Alright, because like I have social anxiety, right? I don't really like going out most of the time. I'm forced to go out. Like today, I wasn't even. But I'm basically forced to come out, and well, not forced. It's just like they invite me places. I'm like, all right, sure. But overall, it's like I'd rather stay inside and just listen to music or anything, basically like that. Watch anime, basically too. Yeah. It's hard, you know, having social anxiety, and you have to like, you feel like everyone's watching you when you're outside. You feel like complete shit when you're outside. You don't like it, but it's something you're gonna have to face in real life. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to get a job. You're gonna have to do something. You can't just live inside your house the whole time, because it's not even living.
Yeah, and sometimes even certain animes, they even show that some guys can still get girls by staying indoors and being shut in, a bum. Yeah, pretty much. And there's certain animes where like the main character is stuck inside their home. They go outside once and they meet 3 girls that they want to just immediately fall over them. And that's where these 2 bad harem anime is, and it gives bad expectations to a lot of people, or hopes. And they end up getting these really ludicrous ideas of like the perfect girl, and when in reality, the perfect girl might just be the girl who cares for you and actually just loves you for who you are, not loves you for Oh, I'm nice. I picked up a quarter for you. Love me. Nah. Yeah, we're not gonna use face cam, so I'm doing a lot of motions for my voices. Cause shush. All right, now to line up a mood a bit, then we're going back to like how it brings people together and stuff like that. Like for instance, I absolutely hate Attack on Titan. I do not like the premise of the show. I like the fact that it's a good psychological trip on actual humane levels, but at the same time I hate it because it takes away the fantasy of like anime. That's what I like about anime. It's like super powered shit, super powered like big ass badass stuff. Yeah, it's yeah.
Kind of like it's scientific proven, so it's like you're not. It takes away the imagination and all that stuff.
Like the anime itself, it science-fies everything, which is kind of cool in that sense. Because yeah, with science we could turn into titans, but how we never know. Because that's how the plot is supposed to move on. That's what I like about anime. Like it leaves questions for your own mind. That's what gives community the fuel to keep on making theories. People come together. For switching to video games, I have an expert. Well, he's lost. And yeah, I really do not like the anime, but I love the community for how like they make these crazy ass theories that make so much sense. But it's just they're never really technically proven, even though they still kind of seem logical and like. All right, here.
Because a lot of the theories that are made in the SNK, community are actually pretty well. Yeah, they're really well thought out. Like I made a few theories myself. I'm not gonna lie, and honestly, I didn't just bullshit my theories. I actually went back and actually remembered some of the hints that he gave off, like random stuff from the manga. And everyone basically just goes back and thinks about the stuff he gave out, and they come up with facts and proof and stuff like that could prove their own theory. So it's really well thought out. Not like they don't just bullshit everything. So it's people actually look into it. So it's not it's fun to come up with theories, even if they're wrong.
Yeah, and that's what ends up bringing anime communities a lot better together. And that's what gives that final feeling of strong sense of brothership. Like you see someone on the street, they have a blue exorcist bag, and you just look at them and you're like, oh, remember chapter 3? And then look at you like, thank you, I love that chapter. And that's when we start making actual connection with people and just start being friends and stuff. Yeah,
the genuine connection of actually finding someone that will actually understand you in the anime community and discuss it. That's like what pretty much it's all about, I guess.
Yeah, and eventually it starts getting riddled with a bunch of stupid stuff happening in the randomness. And finally, that's what ends up bringing anime communities together and starts actually bringing people together. That's why we have expos, conventions. You go see a cosplayer, they're doing it for a reason. Fan meetups for things like that, and it's just fun. It just starts getting depressing when you start realizing the back doors of pretty much that anime is technically a product. But if you're just enjoying for what it is, then that's your proper way of enjoying it. You're enjoying the thing that they're giving to you. It's fun. And finally, to leave off on a bright note, then a friend here is playing a game called Dragon's Dogma, and it's a DLC thing. I don't know too much about it, but we just killed death, and here's his hype. You could hear it from a distance. Go.
I already did. I yelled for like 3 minutes. We paused the video so I could fucking yell of how happy I was.
Yeah, we paused the video to see how much hype he had, and that's a lot of hype. He cheaped him out though, so that's stupid.
I fucking killed him.
You cheaped him out!
It doesn't fucking matter.
You cheaped him out!
This DLC is unfair as shit. My bow does 1,000 some shit damage, and he takes 7 from every fucking hit on my strongest attack.
Not my problem. Not my problem.
You want to play Dragon's Dogma? I'm level fucking 100.
The nerds!
No damage.
Nerds need to chill the fuck out.
Alright, and finally to leave out on a brighter note, thank you for watching this and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna split this up into 3 parts, but why not? Probably. I might not even do that at the end, so yeah. True. If we get to more reviews, it's just one part. I'll try to find some way around, but I guess thank you guys for watching literally half an hour of this. It's a really long discussion. Yeah, it's been half an hour. Okay, bye from me, Stoner Aaron, or signing out. I don't give a shit. Blah, blah, blah.
What?
Historia.
Historia, yeah, okay.
I'm Aggressive Armin. I'm new. I had like one post. And,
And our little artist here.
Bye.
Yes. Bye.